human trafficking.
And although I understand the intent of AB 379, it is disappointing that in our haste to push this bill through the legislative process, critical concerns were left undressed. I cannot stay silent about the serious implications this bill could have, particularly in reestablishing and broadening the crime of loitering. Members, loitering laws have a long and troubling history rooted in post-slavery Black codes and Jim Crow-era policies that were designed to surveil, control, and criminalize Black people just for existing. Though facially neutral, these laws have consistently been used to target individuals based on perceived presence or appearance rather than actual conduct. They rely on vague, subjective interpretations of behavior, giving law enforcement broad discretion to stop and arrest people, often in ways that reflect implicit and explicit bias and racism. AB 379 lacks a clear and objective definition of what constitutes loitering and offers no meaningful guardrails to prevent abuse or ensure accountability. It empowers law enforcement to act on perceived intent, which opens the door to discriminatory policing and racial profiling. It was for these reasons just 3 years ago the legislature approved and Governor Newsom signed SB 357, which repealed loitering offenses in an effort to address the disproportionate harm that loitering laws cause Black, brown, and LGBTQ+ communities. Those provisions gave law enforcement sweeping power to profile, target, and arrest people without meaningful oversight or accountability. AB 379 repeats those same mistakes and does so without offering clear definition, limits, or procedural protections. The irony is that this very bill meant to protect young Black children like my sons will also make them more vulnerable to racial profiling. And this issue of racial profiling is something that this state has tried to combat. And so it is very disheartening and disturbing that we are going back to a time that perception of something equals a crime. We are going back. Not other states, not other individuals, we are going back. And while I understand that we can't delay action to eradicate human trafficking, I urge this body to stand with those vulnerable Californians to amend in the very near future the loitering provisions that, if not fixed, will result in renewed discrimination, harassment, and criminalization of Californians who are already vulnerable and over-policed.
Thank you, Senator. I have next Senator Valadares.
Thank you, Madam